But these are Reddit posts and tweets and stuff like that that are just, oh my god. There is just so much absolute hatred. Well, howdy, nearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys, girls, and all of our non-binary friends, and welcome to this. I got my little light down here turned off because for whatever reason, when I was setting all this up and looking on my monitor, everything is so washed out. So I turned off that little light in the hopes that I can get some color into my face, so I'm not just like white as a sheet. Hokey smokes. I mean, I'm already white as a sheet. I am just frighteningly Caucasian. You know, I'm so white, I glow in the dark. You know, my daughter is so white, she's almost transparent. So, thumbs up for that. Yay! My youngest child actually has some color in their skin. There's a little tiny bit of some American Indian descent in my late wife's family, and there's some of that. So better that than being absolutely transparent. And hey, front loading of videos. Oh my gosh, I can speak English. I'm pretty sure of it. If you like what you hear and see, if you could toss me a like, that'd be cool. If you like what you hear and see and have not subscribed to the channel, if you could, that'd be very cool. If you could leave me a comment, that of course would be double plus good. And I would like to thank each and every one of my Patreon patrons, these literally beautiful and literally awesome people who are literally beautiful and literally awesome. Without these people's help, I would be literally hosed like a Christmas monkey, and trust me, that is no way to be hosed. I would like to thank each one of these people, as would my pets. And if you'd like to help me out, I have links to my Patreon in the video description. There's also links to a PayPal if you don't want to become a patron. And there's links to an Amazon wish list if you'd like to help me out without sending money. Also, of course, a link to my post office box if you'd like to send me anything from a postcard to whatever you would like. Thumbs up for that. Yay, front loading of videos over. Not a ton has happened since yesterday, but one beautiful thing has happened, and I'm only putting up last names because I don't want to like get names and such, but there's this person. They actually sent me $111 through PayPal. That's one of the reasons I'm wearing this shirt. It's one of two shirts that I bought last night. I bought food to eat because I had none until Friday. So I would like to thank this person especially. If you are watching, thank you so very, very much. It is greatly appreciated. Hokey smokes. They say money can't buy happiness, but it's so much easier to be happy when you've got some money to buy some of the things that you need. Thumbs up. Past that, it was pretty warm yesterday. It's supposed to be warm-ish, not hot. Warm-ish today. Current forecast, who knows, because especially we're under heat advisory until Friday. So I'm going to be keeping my window open and my door open and the fans going as long as possible, and when it starts to get warm, then of course shut everything down and circulate just the cool air that actually appears to work. I wish I'd done that years ago. Hokey smokes. But past that, well, one thing that has happened is animals can be so annoying. Something against my tongue. How nice. Animals can be so annoying. My kitty cat has gotten into the point where when I stand up, she panics because my feet are dangerous. And so no matter where she is, she will rush to safety. But that means she's rushing toward my feet, no matter where I am. So let's say I'm walking toward my bookcase back there from here. You know, I'm not doing anything frightening, but she's panicking, so she rushes toward my feet. And since I'm moving, my feet are now banging into her, and so she's panicking further because now I'm kicking her. Well, if there's the bookcase there and I'm moving there, she can go to that direction and get out of my way. She can go in that direction and get out of my way, or she can dash towards the bookcase. These two directions are fully clear. That direction leaves her with no place to maneuver, and if I get in there, it's going to seem like I'm chasing her and terrorizing her. That's where, of course, she will run. So when I get there, of course, she's extra panicking because now I'm chasing her while kicking her. I haven't kicked her, I haven't even touched her, but she's panicking because of all this. Finally, she'll dash out of the room. But whenever I am moving, she runs where I'm going to walk. And because she's running where I'm going to walk, I walk there, which reinforces that I'm chasing her to hurt her. So she just panics whenever I get up and then does all the things that's going to ensure that, she has been justified in her panic because I was chasing her. Well, I wasn't chasing her. She was running in the direction that I had to go. So that's been fun. Life is life, though. Past that, not much has been happening in life. I had a small bit of sleeping in my chair yesterday. I did not play any video games. I watched a lot of videos. I tried to be as creative as possible. I didn't manage a whole bunch of that. I did go walkies and I came back and then fell asleep in my chair and then went, oh my God, and then went to bed. So that was fun. But it's just been time in a day. I wish I had gotten more done. My executive dysfunction has been horrific these past couple weeks. I am both energized and feeling good in the depression front and also not feeling good. I have two almost equal pressure waves running through me right now. One of them is feeling good and undepressed, and the other one is I'm actually, when I stop and think about it, not feeling all that non-depressed. So it's a weird feeling to be both happy and not happy at the same time. And so the inside of my head is still just a mess. So thumbs up for that. Yay. And of course, this was our last coolest summer we're going to have. I mean, I remember even just 10 years ago when it became September 1st, it was cold. Now it's still warm mid-October. So, yay. I'm kind of unfocused, and you have my sincere apologies. I've been realizing as I've been talking just how unfocused I feel. I took all of my meds yesterday. I took my meds this morning, and yet I am still pretty time blind and unfocused. So you do have my most sincere apologies. I try to do my best, but... And, of course, I'm going to talk about... Well, here's the last thing I'm going to say that's non-creative fiction stuff. I was watching another video this morning on a guy's channel called Vincey. He's this Australian fellow that does Reddit reading stuff. And one of them is a constant thing that comes up on other channels as well. There is, are the straights okay? And are the cis okay? That sort of thing. Where they're taking a look at basically what's supposed to be heteronormative relationships. But these are Reddit posts and tweets and stuff like that that are just, oh my God. There is just so much absolute hatred between people that are supposed to love each other. You know, it's pictures of people that have got like the, game over as the words, and then a groom and bride. It's like, what? Well, game over. What is your wife or your husband, whoever got that for the vehicle, supposed to feel? It's not game over. There's just so much, I hate my partner in these posts. It's just horrifying. I loved my wife. I loved everything about her. I loved being married. I thought it was awesome. I didn't understand this. I don't like my partner. I don't want like being married sort of mentality. It's just, well, why are you in a relationship then? Why? So yeah, I don't understand these people that are being with people that they don't like, in relationships they don't want, and then just sticking with it. Ugh. So yay on that. But on the creative front, because as I go walking, this is the stuff I think about. One of the things that is, I wanted to talk again about Jerry, one of the main characters of the cryptid setting, who is just a normal human being who has a maxed out cryptid vision. If it's in role-playing terms and people have from 0 to 100, he's at 100 plus, the maximum amount that you can have as a human being. As such, his actual form, his being, is a lot that's not anything we can really see or interact with, but we feel from a bleed-over effect. He is bristling with as many extra universal sensory apparatus as a human being can have and absorb all of this extra sensory information. He has a gigantic extra universal interpreter for all this data brain structure. That's bad English, but he has a brain structure that does the interpretation of all the stuff, because otherwise it would just be raw alien data with no way for our brains to interpret it. So there is an extra universal interpreter. It is exceptionally paranoid. It hands this information off to an extra universal contextualizer. We all have contextualizers because without it we wouldn't be able to function in our world. Contextualizers just take what we see, what we hear, what we smell, and put it into our world view so we will understand it. Otherwise, you'd look at a car and you wouldn't be able to know what the car is. It's an assemblage of shapes, but the shapes don't make sense, and what they're supposed to do, it's like, what? With the contextualizers, you go wheel, okay, and that's a carriage, it's on the, okay. With the carriage, it's moved by the wheels, and then, okay, that's a thing that makes it run. Okay, this is some sort of autonomous vehicle thing, because it's all been contextualized. Without it, you're stuck. So he has a paranoid contextualizer, and then all of this information is fed into his subconscious. 51% of everything that Jerry is extra universal. 49% of what Jerry is human meat. So yeah, when your cryptid vision opens up and your vision starts getting stronger, this is extra universal sensory organs that are opening up all over you. The stronger your vision, that's just the more of these extra universal sensory organs you are bristling with. This affects, of course, how you think and feel and all this. And it affects how other people treat you. This is why when human beings look at Jerry, their eyes sort of slide off. And when you're not looking at Jerry, you start to forget that he's there. When you see him, it's like, oh, Jerry, I forgot you were here. Or where'd you come from? And then your eyes slide away and you start forgetting him again, because all this extra universal stuff, yeah, he's human, but it's really weird. He fits, but he's not quite it's just, he belongs here, but let's just ignore him and maybe the problem will go away. And so humanity mostly ignores him. Now in the cryptid world, people that have their third eye open, their vision clear, and they see the world, they are looked upon as kind of like favorite pets, mascots, like a favored sheep that can do tricks out of a herd. You're not going to eat that sheep because, oh, that's our mascot of the farm. And yeah, the rest of the sheep get eaten, but this special one, yeah, it gets to come up and it's not going to get ate. Even the worst of the worst look upon those human beings with vision as kind of like they're, oh, look at the puppy, sort of a thing. And while everybody else is, just on the menu, people with the vision generally aren't. Unless, of course, you try to do things. There are kingdoms and fiefdoms within the various cryptids that live everywhere. Occasionally, a bunch of people, just regular human beings with the sight, will try to carve out their own small kingdom within, like Brookerton. But human beings have no real defenses or offenses against the cryptids if they decide that they don't want people around. And the fiefdoms usually don't last long because the cryptids usually just eat them all. But generally, if you try not to do stuff like that, you're going to be okay. Because the fiefdoms like that and the kingdoms, they're all always shifting and changing. If a small kingdom loses power and a bigger one wants to absorb them, they just may go in and eat the leaders and then take all of their resources. It happens. Things are always shifting. Thumbs up for that. And of course, I've talked about how there are shifting things happening within the generations of various cryptids, light, dark, and shadowed. The dietary habits of dark and shadowed cryptids has not changed. It is the light cryptids that they have been really incorporating more human beings into their diet. But even characters like Polly, who eats a lot of people, doesn't eat a lot of people, and she, while indicative of a big change happening, is also just a smaller portion of the light cryptids that do this. Every light cryptid has changed. Clausy, Polly's mother, has eaten about 35 people through her life so far, and she's going to eat more. That wouldn't have happened 2 generations back. Polly is only about 5 to 10% of the new population of cryptids that she eats about 4 people a month. And yeah, of course, we as in the pool of victims are going to look upon anyone who preys upon us as evil. But if you take a look at other things like gazelles and lions, gazelles have a right to live and lions have a right to live. Well, lions, unfortunately, eat gazelles. The gazelles are going to look upon the lions as evil. But if you step out of both of their frames and look down, it's just survival. They both have a right to live, neither is evil. Replace lion with cryptid and gazelle with human being, and that's roughly the same thing. From our point of view, yeah, it's evil, but from a survival point of view, neither is evil. They both have a right to live. It's just that you have to assert your right to survive by stripping away someone else's right to survive. And I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab. Going to go through and thank however many people have left me comments. Thank you each and every one of you that has watched this far. Nobody has forced you, and it is appreciated if you have. Not many do, but anybody that does, thank you so much. If I mispronounce the username, no disrespect is intended, and even though I count in American Sign Language, well, you've already seen how my brain works earlier in this little chat. We have Jesse Koskinen. Yeah, and this thing here, it's actually a sort of transparent purple color. I'll bring it out on another day and just show everyone what it fully looks like. The Horror Files, greatly appreciated, and thank you so very, very much. We have Easy Livin', thumbs up, and gave me good advice for what was happening in my Oblivion game. Thank you very, very much. J-A-Y-Y. Well, I'm going to have to start doing a lot more of my other accents. I can do a fair amount of them. Some of them better than others, of course, but I can do a fair amount of accents. And then we have Loco5, thumbs up and thank you. Yeah, I have very, very strange intros. I love the weird ones. Oh my goodness. We have Adrian, thumbs up, thank you, and I do understand on the making a horrific looking character front. There is Solus, thumbs up, thank you much. Insignificant Nick, by gum and by golly, greatly appreciating, good to see you. We have Ben B, good to see you as well, and I do understand. We have DUC, KIEU, thumbs up, thank you much. There is Christian Schnorr with the comment of, what? I love comments like that. And then there is Xenon Seth, greatly appreciated. Thumbs up, thank you. And that is it. 12 people who left me comments in the past 24 hours. Greatly appreciated, each and every one of you. You get me out of my head and into the world and dealing with real people, and that is appreciated. Even if only in text and only for a short time. Thumbs up. I'm going to try and get some stuff done today. Hokey smokes. I got calls that I need to make, so hopefully I can get those done. That would be good. Hopefully you can get done the things that you need to get done. If you can't, don't beat yourself up. That's not going to help. Just try to do better next time. And of course, with all the diseases and pandemics and horrific things happening, please try to take as much care and appropriate precautions for your situation. You don't need to get sick. You don't need to make other people sick. You don't need to deal with lifelong complications from being sick. You don't need to toss your body or anybody else's body on the end-of-life corpse pile because you got sick. Be smart, be appropriate, take care. So, until we meet again, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, and that is a very good thing.